Dillon & Company, your new favorite online bookstore where you can find a vast selection of books across all genres. Invite you to visit their website at DillonandCo.com. Discover countless titles and special offers that will captivate your reading interest. Remember, that's DillonandCo.com. DillonandCo.com. Your go-to destination for all your literary needs.
You are now tuned into the all-new Doug Sims Live.
Better, stronger, faster.
That's right, we bad. That's right.
Grander Radio.
Back in the building, this is the crew hanging out once again. This your boy DJ Metro, and to my immediate
Pick a different number.
I'm sorry, pick a different number.
Yeah,
She said pick a different number.
Let's go out of order.
Out of order. So all the way to the left
Ooh,
of me, we have Mr.
Sportsman Jones here.
Hey, newcomer in the building.
Pew, pew, pew.
As they say, fresh fish.
Oh, y'all extra.
Extra. You're not gonna
Pass
do
the
to your,
torch.
you pass it. You're not gonna pass it to me.
You're the only one
My
here today?
bad. I'm new to y'all. Okay. To my immediate left.
His better half and Jane Jones, your local realtor, here to empower, educate, and guide you through the home buying and selling process. And to my immediate left again is
me. It's your girl Rachel, aka Rach with the Y. And we are down one chicken wing for the night. Shout out to Melly Mel. He's battling, all these things going around coming from kids from school. So wash your hands, peeps.
It was last week. We were down a few.
Yep.
Now this week we're only down one.
My kids had it.
Yeah.
So far, I'm out of the clear.
Yeah.
Vitamin C, y'all. Vitamin C.
Doug already
That's all
said.
I'm gonna say. Vitamin C. Get your vitamin C on. Hadn't had a cold in 7 years.
7.
Oh, yeah. I need to get
7 years.
7
Doug,
years.
I swear you was sick a couple months ago.
What? With the cold?
He was sick of something,
Yeah,
but he
Probably
wasn't
was
sick.
sick of something.
Y'all gotta get
But
out of there.
I swear by the vitamin C for real.
That's true.
Yeah.
Doug just
Vitamin
needed
C,
a day off.
Echinacea. What are your go-tos?
Elderberry.
Honey, elderberry.
Yep.
Mad Dog. I mean,
Mad Dog 20.
Hot toddy.
Hot
Yup.
toddy?
Yep.
Yeah, also, that's why, you put a little too much in that in that hot toddy.
Yeah.
Couldn't make it in.
He burnt off all the germs.
It works. It works. Get all the way under the cover.
Okay.
I'm talking everything.
You gotta sweat it out.
Sweat it all the way out.
Yeah.
Donovan put
Wake
on
up.
a whole sweatsuit and go in the box.
Yeah. I went to the gym, and then, because last
got
week I was
everybody
feeling it
else
too.
Oh, so you the outbreak monkey.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thanks.
Oh, no, they gonna all get it. I was coughing on everybody.
But you had to deal with your personal things. Okay. At our expense.
I'm
Yep.
just saying.
Okay.
I mean, it's community, right?
I'll be working out at home then.
It worked, though. I feel great.
So everybody's doing great. Everybody had a great week. It's been a short, long week. But
A short, long, fast, quick.
Quick, right. It was a quickie this week.
yeah, it was quick.
Yep, a quickie.
It was a quick week for me as well. So, got a lot done though, but hopefully I can get a lot more done this weekend because I'm always trying to do something.
Yeah.
So working on some new avenues, if you will,
Okay.
and we shall see how the research goes.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
so-
Stay tuned for this research. Hey, everyone. We first want to start off by sending our prayers and condolences to anybody that's been affected by Hurricane Milton in Florida. So we are praying for everybody that doesn't have power or who are still trying to locate their family. So we send out all of our love. So we are going to be talking about the devastation that was caused by Hurricane Milton as it tore through Florida. The storm made landfall in Siesta Key as a Category 3 hurricane. And although it has since weakened, the destruction left in its wake is tragic. Sadly, at least 12 lives have been lost, and millions of people have been impacted from flooded homes to widespread power outages. And I know that number is still growing. So, yeah, so over 11 million people were at risk of flooding, with some areas like St. Petersburg seeing rainfall at levels we only expect once in 1,000 years.
Oh my goodness, that is crazy to hear.
And it started off, I know they said it was going to be like a category 5.
Right. Yeah, I had heard. So thankfully, when it hit landfall, that it had been downgraded at least by the time that it went there. But yeah, at one point, it had gotten that high to the point where they were considering adding a new category 6.
That was crazy. And there was like 185 miles per hour wind was expected.
Did you guys see the clip with the meteorologist who was nearly brought to tears when he was reporting on how it had grown in such a short amount of time?
And that's just like so saddening, because they really know like the ins and outs of what all those storms and what it can do. So tornadoes and wind damage in places like St. Lucie County and Venice Beach. Tornadoes and winds reaching 107 miles per hour wreaked havoc, toppling buildings and causing major destruction. So search and rescue teams worked through the night to save families and pets, with over 48 people rescued so far. And hopefully that number is continuing to climb. So our federal response was President Biden pre-deployed thousands of federal personnel to help the hardest hit areas, including Coast Guard members aiding with rescues. Then there was a swift response to back-to-back storms. This disaster came just 2 weeks after Hurricane Helene.
Right.
Yeah.
So setting a record for the shortest time between 2 major hurricanes in Florida.
And
This is the 5th hurricane that has
Right.
hit the U.S. this year.
I know.
Yeah, we can't overlook that. Everybody wants to still mum the part of it being due to climate change and our contributions to that, but when are we really going to start taking these things seriously, because they are progressing in all different areas of the country now.
Even our weather here in Michigan is changing.
Yeah, we get snow maybe for Christmas and sporadically, and then otherwise,
Yeah, because last year we had the lowest amount of snowfall ever.
Yes, it's definitely changing. I'm anticipating, but I don't want that crazy winter to come back. You know what I mean? Because it has been so light.
Yeah.
So I'm not particularly ready for that. But I know with the hurricane, we had some help from Grand Haven. Grand Haven Board of Light and Power actually went down there to help out from Michigan.
Nice.
And also you had some crews that came from Zeeland, Holland, Niles, Lowell, Sturgis, and even Lansing, Michigan.
That's amazing.
I love that. I love hearing that, like our community, our local community is going down to help with the efforts of the aftermath of Hurricane Milton.
But what do you do after that? Imagine you made home in Florida, and then this is what you look forward. I heard that home insurance rates were astronomical there. And then you have to keep dealing with this process. What would we do? I mean, for the future, you can't really evacuate an entire state.
There's just got to be a better process. And then I just saw so many videos of people like fighting over gas, people running out of gas trying to get out of town and like stuck on the highway. That's dangerous too.
Well, and you think about it, everybody can't get out
Right.
No.
because of certain situations or what have you. Lack of funds.
Yep.
You know,
that too.
where would you go? You know, just think about Katrina. They had to house people in Houston, right? So
Georgia.
everywhere. So you have something that's coming at you and you have nowhere to go.
Yeah. Some people are still there. Even
Yeah,
from there.
you know.
They just made land. They just made a home there because they didn't want to go back because they couldn't go back. I have a colleague that, he was talking to me about it because he has family down there, and he let me know, like, they're still down there. They couldn't get out. The latest they could have gotten out was a few days ago at the last minute. But outside of that, you just gotta try to hunker down.
Yeah, my one of my military buddies that I've been knowing since I was 19. He's from Connecticut. He moved from Connecticut last year to Florida. And I talked to him 2 days ago, and he took off. He said, "Oh no, I'm gone." So he got out of there, but he saw that it was coming in his area. He said, "I have to go." So he took off for however long, but it's crazy that you have to evacuate your residents because of some natural disasters that's coming your way. But you have to do it at times.
You do.
But I saw a video of a young lady that was like, I have nowhere to go. How can I get out? I don't have the funds to get out.
Yeah.
And that's sad that you can't potentially save yourself.
Yep.
Because of some monetary reasons, or you don't have a vehicle or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw a lot of, and this may just be because of the types of videos I watch, but a lot of people couldn't leave Florida because they have pets, and a lot of places won't accept you and your pets.
Oh, wow.
Like dogs or cats. And then I fell into the rabbit hole of people letting their horses loose because that's the best chance of them surviving. And I was like, okay, I'm sad now. And it really is sad because it's like we definitely have to respond in a way that like we are more accommodating for people who have, pets in these circumstances. Like we all want to live.
Right.
And a lot of it too is, just resources. Like I think 30% of all gas stations have no gas in Florida. Like even if you're there, or even if you're trying to get out late, what are you going to do if you can't even fuel your vehicle to try to get out of there? There's a lot of individuals that kind of are against the whole EV thing, but you gotta start to really think about what resources we can. What money we can put in these resources to give early prevention methods and during, these catastrophic events.
It's time to build that apocalypse kit.
So last week we were talking about corporate America and corporate layoffs. And we were talking about GM and how they laid off X amount of workers down in Alabama, which I said it would trickle back to Michigan since we are the big three when it comes to cars. But it also looks like Boeing is going to cut 17,000 jobs here really, really soon.
Is that a good idea?
Well, I mean, they have to make their quota or their revenue.
Same profit margin.
Yeah. They have to make all of that.
This is the time of the year for
No,
these
it's
big
not.
companies.
People got Christmas gifts to buy.
Well, I'm saying like big companies, they usually try to make these last quarter or going into the first quarter cuts.
Yeah, so it looks like, per this article, Boeing will cut 17,000 jobs, delay the first deliveries of its 777X jet by year, and record $5 billion in losses in the third quarter.
$5 billion?
$5 billion.
They lost $5 billion?
$5 billion in the third quarter.
Well, you got to think they
'cause
lost.
Boeing been
All the
doing-
news articles of just them in their planes malfunctioning while in the air or during takeoff or anything like that.
Sounds like a Tesla truck. So it looks like the CEO, Kelly Ortberg, said in a message to employees that Boeing must shrink its workforce to align with our financial reality after an ongoing strike by 33,000 U.S. West Coast workers stopped production of its 737 MAX, 767, and 777 jets.
Okay.
Okay, seven.
Tongue twisters.
Okay,
Yeah,
seven.
definitely. So
that number.
33,000 went on strike. Yeah, but they're cutting back. So, as we were saying earlier, cutbacks are coming, and we were just talking about having the emergency fund.
Right.
For your living expenses and emergency fund for your emergencies.
Right.
But with 17,000 jobs from one company.
Right. Yeah.
That's a lot of
huge.
workforce.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't care if that's divided in 3 states. That's a lot of
That's a
workforce,
lot.
you know.
That's a lot of work for her.
And
So-
usually they'll start to cut like, more tenured
Yep.
individuals.
Oh yeah, save a few dollars.
Let's say a few dollars trying to cut
They
the
cutting
big,
everybody from the
big
top to
salaries.
the bottom. Yeah.
People that are already probably struggling to make ends meet in some positions.
For
so
sure.
yeah, there ain't nothing about no emergency fund or emergency to your emergency fund going on.
Right. So why we not starting at the top?
Oh, they are.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, they are. They are.
We gotta start.
The top will get a nice
The
package
top
though.
top will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
severance
they'll get a
package.
severance package.
And regular Joe Blow, he just out of there.
Yeah,
he might
no.
get a
He
2-week package,
Yeah.
2-week
yeah,
package and
You
stand
know.
in line in unemployment
Yeah.
and that doesn't even last long. What do you get?
or pay much.
20 weeks, if that.
If
They probably
that.
cut it down to
Know
16.
anymore. Right.
But then before that, they're going to cut your insurance and any other
And it-
ancillary,
yeah.
thing that you
It's-
have as well.
It's rough out here,
It
as they
is.
say in
Gets
these
cut,
streets. So
all that.
We're gonna be praying for y'all families out there.
so what? So once again, as a married couple, as single folk,
Oh, you're pointing
What-
at me real hard on that.
Gave you the black dynamite
said,
action hand. Yeah.
I got both fingers pointed
Both.
at me. Full hands.
what
But
Gave
okay,
you the
yeah.
what are those hands?
what do you do to bring in that extra income for emergency savings living? What do you do?
What Jeezy say?
Oh, come on. It's the snowman. What do you say?
First, I'm gonna stack my dough, and then what? Then I'm gonna stack some more.
You can't tell me
Then
nobody's
what?
ever listened to Jeezy and thought about, I can do this.
Right.
I think I can do this.
Yeah,
I'm just
so
saying.
simple.
So,
Man, no,
it
you
sounds simple.
cool.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
does sound
Answer that.
simple.
Honestly,
Shout out
it's
Jeezy.
really like participating in this. What they try to advertise is a dream life of being a serial entrepreneur and having, multiple passive streams of income. We tie it out here,
Right.
Yeah.
It's a lot, but you got to do what you got to do. So picking up all these things, all these service jobs, having a corporate job and doing DoorDash on the side, or whatever else you can come up with. That's what we
Yeah.
have to do.
So I tell you what. So I went to a McDonald's years ago, maybe 15 years ago.
Oh.
And I walk in, I see somebody that I know behind the counter, master's degree plus, and I'm just like, what?
Wow.
What are we doing?
Exactly.
Paying for
Wow.
that master's degree.
Right.
Right.
And I'm just saying, you have all this education, but you still can't survive off your education
And you know
to a
what's-
point.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy is that when I started looking at, I was like, okay, I need more money. I need to find another job. I put in tons of applications, and I have my bachelor's degree and other like certificates and what have you, and experience. And
She got accolades, y'all. She being real modest.
but it was hard to get a call back for a long time, and I would go on interviews and they would go well, and then no calls.
How many times
we
did
move
they-
forward with somebody else?
Really? How many
And I
times
was
would they
like,
tell you
"What?
that
Who
you're
better than me?"
overqualified?
None. They've never told me I was
Really?
overqualified.
Okay.
They're not gonna tell you that.
But we
Well,
kind of knew.
some of them will.
But you kind
Yeah.
of
We
know
kinda
because
knew.
they're like
Yeah.
they gonna ask
Yeah.
for a lot of money. But I'm like, I'm not asking for a lot of money.
But you know, and then with that being said, they look at your skills, they look at your resume, and you might really need the job. But because of your resume, you're
Yeah.
only going to stay there 6 months and you're out the door.
Exactly.
That's the way they think.
That's the way they think, but
Right.
also like people really need jobs out
Right.
here. People who have masters and bachelors, like we're trying to fill these jobs too.
Everybody needs work.
Yeah.
I've always likened skilled trades.
Yeah.
Them skilled trades.
I mean,
is-
I tell you what, if you're an electrician right here,
yeah.
you're making 100 plus a
Risking your
year.
life.
Right.
So, you may risk your life, you may not. But let's say God forbid consumers does lay you off or does do anything like that, or any type of company that specializes in that field. The skill set that you have, you may be able to get that going and get a clientele and start something yourself.
Yeah. Shout out to the general contractors working for themselves.
Right.
Get that money.
Always.
So, guys, last week I had my, which is my second experience in jury duty.
Good time.
Yeah, it was very interesting. Had to report early, crack of dawn. Was in a room of 200 people.
200?
About 40% of them coughing. Yeah, it was deep. But the day went. Luckily, I only had to serve one day, and
He was in there like Cole.
You didn't get chose.
I didn't get chose this time. Actually, I've
like
never
Cole
been
Brown
chosen.
trying to get the free meals.
Didn't even get that far. Got the
Terrible.
coffee that made me jumpy, but that was about it. Watch a video too. So, what are your experiences with jury duty, and are you guys actually for it? I feel like everybody dreads it. It's always got this infamous connotation, but I actually would be interested to be on a jury and be nosy on a case.
I have never been. Man, now it's gonna happen.
Yep.
I haven't been selected for a jury duty.
Me either. I've never been. My dad has gotten a couple of requests, but he's somehow finagled his way out of every one of them. Like he'll say my mental state ain't right or something like that. Like my dad is crazy, but I love him to death. But I think he's had 3 and he's gotten out of all of them.
Oh, so wait, you guys have never been summoned? Nope.
No.
What am I doing wrong?
Let me knock on wood.
I've
Is this
been
wood?
got my little $13 a day or whatever it was.
You did?
Yeah, but
Just once?
just one time.
One time.
So I went for 2 days,
Okay.
and they got rid of everybody.
What?
Yeah. Hey, we don't need you anymore.
Yep. So you were part of that group. You've never been selected
Right,
or
exactly.
interviewed for
Gotcha.
it.
Yeah.
Well, some people go as far
like
as
$13
long stretches to even fake the reason why they can't be on it. So one woman had actually faked PTSD to dodge jury duty, but then got
on.
caught bragging about it on the radio later. Luckily, I'm telling the truth about my truth.
She went on the radio to brag about that? Who does that?
She had shown up apparently in hair curlers, clown makeup, and a t-shirt, ready to tell the judge that she had mental issues, so that she got dismissed, and then later on told
Sure, that's
on
not my
herself.
dad.
So I'm wondering, did they give her a fine or anything like that, or
Probably, especially because you're lying, but I don't know how far that had gone. Somebody else I've read had showed up wearing a prison costume.
Oh, come
No,
on.
these are all just a list of things that people have done to escape jury duty. None of my experience. I don't know what any of the people in the room did or didn't do to get there.
Is
But
jury duty that bad?
and that's what I'm saying.
It can't be that bad.
It can be. I just feel like it's inconvenient because it's really,
Yeah.
hey, you got to set aside this full week potentially to
Right.
be called, and this is it.
But I mean, you do get excused from work.
But $13 a day. If I'm making $30, $40 an hour, if I get $13 a day, I'm getting out of
I
that.
mean, I get it.
Nah, I'm not going.
Just take it as a break from work.
Yeah, and then there was another guy who mentioned one of his infamous friends to get out of jury duty and ended up writing a book called My Friend Dahmer.
what? Wow.
So needless to say, he was dismissed from the pool, but that was
Yeah.
at least a legitimate reason.
That's crazy.
And that probably saved the public on that.
It would have to be a fire case though. Like if I'm in there for like a traffic thing, I'll be mad. But if I'm in there on like some,
You know,
yeah,
it'd be
it
really
has
cool
to be
if
like,
you could know, like ahead of time. Hey, what kind of cases? We have these cases. What do you want to participate in?
yeah, let me select my case. Be like, yeah, let me get on that triple homicide right there. And be on my
He
CSI.
ready for it.
Well, that sounded like a burger order.
Let me get the number 7 case.
Homicide. But yeah, so I don't think it's really all that bad. I just hear such a negative thing about it, but you know, it might. You can make it entertaining.
You would have to. Has everyone here seen iRobot?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
One of them.
One of the scariest movies that's changed my life, right?
It was weird, wasn't it? It
Yeah.
was weird. So my man Elon Musk really wants to make iRobot out here.
What's your boy doing?
Tell us about it. Little Elon.
Elon
Musky
Musk is
thing.
apparently he has showcased an army of Tesla Optimus robots that are designed to help with household chores, prompting people to draw comparisons to the future depicted in iRobot.
we saw that movie and we saw how it ended.
Yeah,
Right.
That,
Why
that
are we
robot
doing
went
this?
rogue, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Rogue.
That's what I'm saying.
Lord.
In a shocking and impressive footage that you can see online, humanoid robots were seen stiffly walking in single file across the stage while viewers stood jaw-dropped on the sidelines. Elon Musk said attendees could walk up to the Optimus robots, who would do things like serve drinks. And at scale, you should be able to buy a robot for between $20,000 and $30,000. He said.
That's it.
Oh, we
That's
put
what
that on
he said.
layaway then,
He-
right?
that's what I'm
Put
saying.
that on my Christmas
Yeah,
list.
nah. Well,
Afterpay.
from what he's saying, don't have to pay the robot. Do not have to pay the
I
robot.
need to get these dishes done.
Right. Somebody got to do these chores. Mow the lawn.
Okay, all right. They're gonna get you that like JD Byrider and turn that thing off if you don't pay.
That is
They gonna put a boot on it.
Right?
gonna disconnect it.
He just gonna be stiff.
Yeah, they just gonna be stiff.
No, let it at least finish transferring the washer
Yeah,
stuff to the
no.
dryer.
Nah, you gonna have to
Don't
make
get
that
my
payment
clothes
for
moldy.
him to come on. Terrible. Elon Musk said it can walk your dog, mow your lawn, get the groceries, and just be your friend.
And just be
That
your
sounds
friend.
scary.
That's the creepy part on the back end is just be your
scary.
friend.
Just be your friend.
Yeah.
So it just reminds me of futuristic movies.
Right.
Everything that you see in my brain, futuristically, it's coming to pass. Anything you see in a movie, somebody has already thought about it and created it, because otherwise it wouldn't be in a movie. So they're really introducing it to you.
Right. It's
You know,
the
it may-
soft introduction.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get
yeah.
you used to it.
So it-
yeah.
So it may take. So iRobot was what, 7 years, 10 years ago, or whatever, right?
That was
If not
Ooh.
longer.
If
yeah.
not longer.
Right.
So just think about it. Now it's coming to pass.
right.
It's coming.
That was in 2004.
Okay, 2004. Yeah, it's
years
it's-
ago.
20
okay.
years ago.
So here it is, 20 years later. I'm just saying. Here it is, 20 years later, and now they're on the production line.
Now it's here.
Yeah.
So
people are
so
talking
just
to
remember,
a robot.
anything you see in a movie, 9 times out of 10, it's already in
They've been
production.
doing it, yeah.
They've been doing it. I mean,
been
remember
testing it.
remember the Tom Cruise movie when they had the big screens and they're moving everything.
Yeah.
By
Minority
hand?
Report.
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Elon Musk has the cachet with tech. I mean,
Yeah.
his X venture may not be going as well as some thought, but these things are going to be out there. You're going to have individuals with the cachet and the cash to do this. You're going to see people walking up and down the street
With
their
robots.
with their robot.
Or if I see a robot walking a dog, I'm gonna be like, what? Where do I live? It's gonna be so like mind blowing to me and
Half
scary.
of these dogs are not going to go for it. They're going to try to bite ankles and everything.
Oh yeah, they're
Bite
gonna be
robot
scared of the
ankles.
robot. They're gonna be like, who is this
Yeah.
guy?
No.
So as you stated earlier, with the cars learn as they go.
Yes.
So the robots are going to learn as they go, as they did in iRobot. He got smarter and smarter and smarter, and then he went rogue,
Yeah.
right?
Shout out to Will Smith, keeping it thorough with the chucks and the motorcycle.
We might need to revisit that. But it would be nice for something to learn my love languages and be the bestest friend to me in the world.
Give you
but
massages.
what? Let's stick
I'm
with
done.
humanoids right now.
Don't do that, Big Rach.
Oh gosh.
So hey, get up on your tech.
Yeah, go watch your movies. Hey everyone. So we usually are talking sports on the field, but we're going to talk about a story that is off the field. So the story's a little wild. So it has to do with Kansas City Chiefs star Rashee Rice's mom is making the headlines. But not for cheering from the stands, but she's accused of some sticky fingers. And it's all caught on camera.
Ooh.
So let's break it down on what's going on and whether this is the kind of off-field drama that leaves everyone shaking their heads. So the allegations are Rashee Rice's mom, Marsha Kearney, has been accused of stealing not once, but twice, and this includes a package allegedly snatched from a neighbor's doorstep, which was all caught on a ring camera.
The ring camera. Yeah.
So earlier in the year, she was also arrested for reportedly stealing various items from another man's house, including food and household products. Although those charges were dropped, this latest incident could bring her back into legal trouble.
Little klepto.
Little C.
Y'all are silly.
So the latest accusation involves limited edition vinyl records allegedly stolen from a neighbor. So the video footage from a Ring camera appears to show Kearney wearing her son's jersey,
Oh gosh. Come on now, mama.
taking the package.
That's just rude. If you're gonna steal from me, just don't make it that blatant.
Right. Her jersey literally says like his mom.
Right. Oh.
It says
Oh, it
Mama.
says his mom on the back.
It says like, I think it says like Mama Rice or something like that.
Oh, all right, yeah, no.
And I'm like, come on, like you don't see the Ring camera? Like to me that was just mind blowing. Like that's just not smart.
Yeah, there's tons of videos on the internet about people not being smart or smooth criminals.
Right. So the neighbor tried to resolve the issue privately, but eventually turned to the police.
Wow.
Because she wouldn't give in.
She probably denied it.
She denied it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So now you're in more legal trouble because you're trying to deny it.
And they have you on camera.
Vinyl records.
Okay.
Yep. So limited edition vinyl records.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
there
they
were
probably
some
have
money.
some type of sentimental value.
But you can clearly see on the Ring camera, it's her. She like kicks it and then picks it up and then goes.
Trying to see if it had a little weight to it.
She
But
tried,
she even looked in the camera.
tried to step on the dollar.
Yeah, right. And slide it.
Walk it home.
Slide it with the
Oh man.
So you know Rashee Rice is dealing with the injury right now, right?
And some legal trouble too from
And-
this past off season.
Ooh, oh yeah, that's right, because we reported on that as well. So personally and professionally, you're dealing with some off the field drama.
Yeah.
Like how is this going to affect his game?
Well, he's out for the season right now. The Chiefs speculated that they may be able to bring him back, but from the injury a couple games ago, he's probably going to be out for the rest of the season. Now he has to deal with this with his mom, and the prior incident with him in the
car.
racing the car on this off season. He's not having the best year so far, and it's pretty sad too because he's a heck of a talent.
Yeah. So this is like circulating all over social media, like of her stealing the package. Like that is just like public. That's just embarrassing for your family and your
Right.
Like, you my mama, why you stealing?
right.
Exactly.
And
I
he's
made the
making
league.
millions.
Like I'm in
making
the
If you
millions.
wanted it, I would buy it. Like,
Exactly.
come on now. If you gonna embarrass me, parents, do it with the bathtub pictures of me half naked as a kid. Don't be stealing pictures on the Ring
with
camera.
these there.
Right. Stealing packages. I guess she just couldn't leave that life behind her, but she better learn.
Cause I steal, I don't kill. So continuing with sports, shout out to Caitlin Clark.
Excuse me.
Shout out to Caitlin Clark.
Shout out Caitlin Clark.
Shout out.
Shout out to Caitlin
Give credit where
Clark.
credit's due.
Yes.
Yeah, so she was named the 2024 Kia WNBA Rookie of the Year.
Congratulations.
Is that
So dry.
So, hold on.
Congratulations,
Let me interrupt
Caitlin
this
Clark.
real quick.
Right.
Angel Reese got one vote?
She got one
One
vote.
vote.
Oh, my God.
Caitlin Clark got 66 out of 67 votes. Angel Reese got one. But so I'm going to ask everybody here. How many records do you think Caitlin Clark has broken from this past season of hers? WNBA records.
I'm going to say 6.
Okay.
Well, you're in-house.
Well, I didn't, I don't know the information, but I think that was from what I've been, watching.
6? Okay. What you got, Big
But
Ray?
I think it might be up there.
Up there? I was gonna go 5 or less.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just out of it. I'll just...
Caitlin Clark has broken 21 WNBA records in her first season.
21.
21.
Wow. Okay.
21. Underestimated her like crazy, and
Yeah.
you know a lot of them are pretty significant. I mean, that she has a few. She has a few that are pretty up there. So most points by a guard in a season WNBA history. Most double doubles by a rookie guard in WNBA history. Most points by a rookie in WNBA history.
Wow.
Most assists by a rookie in WNBA history. Let's see, first WNBA rookie to record 2 triple doubles. First triple double by a rookie in WNBA history, and the first triple double in Fever history. I mean, she's breaking
In Fever history?
Yeah.
Fever
Indiana.
history.
Wow.
Indiana Fever history.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if the players hated her coming in the gate,
Yep.
Hey, she has something to prove.
She did. She definitely
Yeah.
has something to prove.
so I'm
And
just wondering what the acceptance level is going to be now.
Well,
That
a
she-
lot of it seemed to stem from just what was going on, and I don't think it was really too much of what she was saying. It was a lot of the outside entities kind of putting everything together between her, Angel Reese, and a lot of other individuals and veterans in the WNBA. Plus the Olympics, her not getting selected definitely didn't help that cause. So there was a lot of outside noise going on, but she played well.
Yeah, she got beat up a lot too, though.
yeah, she
Yeah.
did.
Yeah,
She
so,
did, but she
you know.
still played well.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So wow, so she's the number one for real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nah,
I mean, you come in the gate breaking that
All
many records.
20
She's
21.
nice. She's gonna continue to do it. So and this is gonna be this is gonna be 2 in a row for the Fever. Because Leah Boston earned the honor last year, her
okay.
teammate. So they got back-to-back WNBA Rookie of the Year.
Wow.
And,
Okay.
coming off a playoff run as well. Yeah, it seems
Indiana
like
Fever.
sky's the limit for the Indiana Fever right now.
Yeah, so her portfolio definitely moved up,
Yeah, most definitely.
and I'm sure it's going to go even higher now that she's broken all these records. So it's definitely going to go elevate, if you will.
Well, the WNBA just announced today, I think they're going to move the finals from a 5-game series to 7 games now.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, so I think they're really anticipating a lot of viewership still climbing and going up, and then just the anticipation of next season when Juju Watkins, the star from USC, is gonna be drafted this year, and she's gonna have her rookie year next year, I believe. So
any anticipation where she's going?
I don't know just yet. But I know wherever she goes, she's gonna be a media darling. She just signed I believe she just signed a deal with Nike and Gatorade. this
And it was
week.
the highest, I think, new Nike contract.
Yeah, Juju's nice. Caitlin Clark has skills, but I think a lot of analysts and individuals think that Juju's going to be the one to take the WNBA over the top with just her skill set.
Like Neo, the one.
For sure.
No, like I am excited for the WNBA and what's to come and what they've accomplished, like collectively. And even shout out to Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
But they really have made this year really, really impactful for all of women's sports, especially the WNBA, which didn't get as much recognition as it should.
The finals are going on right now. You got the Minnesota Lynx versus the New York Liberty. Actually, game 1 was the other day, and the Minnesota Lynx overcame the largest deficit in WNBA finals history. They were down 18. Actually, at one point, they were down 15 with 5 minutes left. And came back, got it to overtime, and won 95-93.
Jeez.
Wow.
They got some hoopers out there.
So what do you think about the switching gears here on that Thursday night football, San Francisco versus Seattle?
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think about that and the quarterback situation? I thought that the quarterback for Seattle, he's nice.
Geno.
I like that guy.
Yeah, I
mean,
like Geno. Geno's been a vet in the league for a while. Last year he really had a breakout year. There was a lot of speculation that Seattle was going to draft a quarterback in this past year's draft because Geno's kind of up there in age as far as a quarterback in the NFL, but he continues to play well. One of the bigger issues with Seattle is their offensive line and just injuries. They can't seem to get over the hump. San Fran, they have not started off the greatest, but it seems like San Fran's one of those teams that no matter what their record is, you just got to watch out for them.
Nope.
Yeah. Green Bay and San Fran have a little
We have a bad history.
with
She takes it personally.
with Jane Jones, a
all the
realtor.
time.
Yeah, Green Bay
lose
has a
every year.
bad history with everybody. Come to
But
think
he
about
loves to hate Green Bay.
it. Yeah, I'm just waiting on that Detroit Green Bay.
That's gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good game. A
So
lot
if
of teams
your phone blowing up, that's me.
Block.
We'll see what happens with San Fran going forward. They lost some players. They're still waiting for Christian McCaffrey to come back. But yeah, we have some exciting games coming up. Actually, October is really the month of sports for me, with NBA starting, conference play starting in college football, NFL going, and MLB playoffs. They're going on right now as well. Shout out to the
yes.
Detroit Tigers.
Detroit Tigers, man.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Rachel, aka Rach with the Y, and I'm going to bring you a little bit of celebrity news today. You know, being in the industry and all that. In the timeline, unfortunately, Halle Bailey and YouTube star DDG have broken up very publicly, and people are not sad about this. I am dying laughing over the memes that I keep seeing. At one point, when I was doing some research into their relationship, apparently back in February, people petitioned for their breakup and signed 2,500 signatures for this.
Why
Because
are you
they-
so involved in their lives?
People got
Leave
too
them
much time on
kids
their hands.
alone.
They just feel that they were not equally yoked and that he was more of a leech to, the Disney princess. So,
Yeah. I did see some people saying that he trapped her.
Trapped her.
With
He
a baby.
trapped her?
Yeah, with the baby. 'Cause she had just
They
had a
must not
baby.
know about DDG. He's been around for a while.
Yeah, and he's
Made his
got-
own money. He was a star on Vine. He did a lot
See,
of
oh,
and-
fine.
Yeah.
Lord.
Right.
Bring
but
that
people,
back.
People don't know that about him.
Right.
But they see Halle Berry and how she's so different from him.
Girl, did you say Halle Berry? Berry?
Halle, I did say Halle Berry.
You did. I was like,
Halle Bailey, but we love, shout out to Barry
Yeah.
too. You know?
Halle Berry too.
He's from Detroit, isn't he? I believe.
Who?
DDG. I think he's from Detroit.
Oh, okay. I don't know. But hey,
What up though?
so what made him so unequally yoked is my question.
They think
know
Halle makes more money and
Well,
she's more
okay.
angelic.
Okay.
and yeah, they
Right.
felt that he was using her stardom to push his career a little bit more. But like you said, that he was already previously established, especially if we're talking about Vine days. That's been a minute.
I think the biggest thing was just, I think you're right, Rach. So she was already a star. She got the cosign from Beyonce. She's in the group, her sister. He's had a music career, but I think, a lot of individuals assume that he's just trying to springboard his music career off of her success.
I mean, Rihanna,
And ASAP?
ASAP.
ASAP, he makes his own money.
Yeah.
She makes her own money.
Yeah.
Major difference?
Yeah.
Who knows? But at
Well, I mean,
least maybe.
she's up a B. That's gonna be tough to track.
But he has his own image and stardom, and I think
For
it was
sure.
more that one didn't depend on the other.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, with Halle and DDG, they were together for just over 2 years, and then, of course, recently had their son Halo in December of 2023. But it brings up this statistic, which I've seen, that about 67% of couples break up after having a child. Why do you think that people tend to break up at that point versus before?
Is this early on? So is this like having a child early in the relationship, or just?
Well, within the first 3 years of a baby's life, couples experience a decline in their relationship, leading to breakups or just tumultuous times.
I think that, emotionally, as I can speak for, like as a woman, your body and emotionally, you go through a lot. Mm-hmm. And I think you start to see your relationship and in a different way.
So you see it in a different way, but do you put other pressures on a man?
I would
This is
think
sounding
there.
real food for thought-ish.
Right.
I would think there are some there because I mean, naturally, as a woman, she's going through a pregnancy. Then after having the birth of the child, the man has to pick up a lot of, well, not a lot, but some things that he may not be used to.
Yeah, I guess because if you think about it, the woman is probably emotional from
For sure.
time
Postpartum.
of conception till 2 to 3
Hormones,
years,
boy.
2 to 3
Yeah,
years
remember.
after the fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that could put a strain, like you said, if the guy isn't used to doing certain things or he needs to do other things or whatever. I don't know.
Or he doesn't feel as needed or not needed, but wanted because she spends so much time with the baby. And he's like, well, I'm not getting a lot of her time.
Let's keep it a buck. It ain't fun no more. I'm
What?
upset.
Right. I was waiting for
It
the
ain't fun,
honesty.
I'm just
Really,
keeping
that's
it a
what
buck.
it is. I mean,
It ain't
for the
fun
most
no
part,
more.
it gets real. You have all the stressors. You
hard.
both are trying to figure out taking care of a baby, and then probably the changes with emotions between the two of you while dealing with the birth, and maybe an expectation of a certain level of care on both sides, and you kind of lose yourself. You lose your relationship in a baby sometimes.
Yeah. It's like, hey, we just got off a date. We kicking it. We doing whatever. You upstairs watching TV. I'm downstairs on the game. Not a kid crying. What you want me to do?
Who gonna do it?
Right.
Right,
Who's gonna
who
do it?
right.
I'm in the third quarter right now. I'm getting.
It's getting deep now.
I'm fighting for my life on this PlayStation. I
And what
cannot
is
go
she
to get
doing?
this kid.
Right.
She's still wearing a diaper at this point.
Right.
See,
Exactly.
see, about to argue right now. Don't do it.
Huh. Okay. Well, hey, I don't know. I don't know. But so to answer your question, I don't know. There's
know.
plenty of variables that come into play. Why couples break up within 3 years
Yeah.
of the birth of a child.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause you would.
67%. Wow.
That's a huge number. So I really just wanted to highlight that maybe we need to really start doing some preventative care and education about what's to come for parenthood and in relationship building.
Do you think that will ever happen though?
No. We gotta make it a buzzword.
realistic.
So with that 67%, my brain just goes off into single parent household now.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that number just continues to rise because we can't communicate. Maybe number one, and then communicate our emotions, emotional intelligence.
Age, communication, and a lot of it, I would assume, is how you grew up as well.
Right. Yeah.
Seeing it or lack of seeing a two parent household. Yeah.
You're shining some light that baby's not going to save that relationship.
No.
Nah.
Never does.
Never does.
Maybe start out with a puppy.
Oh, that's even worse.
So, Obama urges black men to mobilize behind Harris. Former U.S. President Barack Obama has made it an impassioned plea to black men to get behind Democratic nominee. In an unannounced stop at Harris' campaign field office in the swing state of Pennsylvania, he scolded male voters, coming up with all kind of reasons and excuses not to support a woman for president.
Okay, bro. Obama. Tell
Now, there have been, as they say per the reports, per news reports or what have you, that a lot of black men are not voting for Kamala Harris.
Now, is it just based on her being?
Well, and he also made a statement about that, that men do not want to see a woman president.
That's shameful.
You love your mama, right?
Hey, hey,
Kiss your mama with that mouth.
That's okay.
I'm
Okay.
curious as to what kind of response that he received from that,
Yeah.
especially being Obama. Hopefully that did rally some votes or some changes of mind.
Well, here lately, I have seen some black men swing over to the Republican side.
Swing.
I have seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like pants flooding and everything.
Well, I don't know about that, but I have seen several black men go into the Republican Party's
Going
headquarters.
to the other side.
Okay.
Okay, so vote vote who you want to vote for, but at least research.
An open foundation as to your reasons why.
It's like, all right, yeah, we're gonna crack on you because there's jokes in there, but vote who you want to vote for, but at least do some research and actually tie who you want to vote for into what you really want to see happen in the world, not just because you're biased or don't want to see something happen that is new.
Right.
So what are we getting as a black demographic? What are we getting from any candidate that's going for president? For the past, I don't know how many years, we really hadn't gotten anything.
Even from Obama.
Yeah.
We really hadn't gotten anything. So, and I haven't heard any statements that we need this or we want this or we really need this to happen. I hadn't heard any of that going on. I mean, I probably didn't hear it last year or the last 4 years, but I hadn't heard anything. We had not, as a community, stated what we needed out of the president.
But do you think as a community we do enough research to actually know what we want?
You know, I'll say no. I'll say we fly off the cuff.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, that's what I'll say. I'll say we have these personnel coming into the neighborhoods, which I hadn't seen much in Michigan.
Yeah.
Coming into the neighborhood saying rah, rah, rah.
Right.
And nothing happens. You know, nothing ever happens for us. Everybody else gets their vote because they demand it.
Right.
You know, or they get what they need because they demand it. But we haven't demanded anything.
No. I think a lot of it is really surface. You know, I mean, you know, black people as a whole in our community, we deal with a lot. So, and I'll just say it. You know, I've heard a lot of people say, hey, when Trump was in office, he cut them checks.
Yeah.
He cut them checks.
And that's
I've seen,
when he's in
and that's
there,
what
we're
people
gonna
are
get paid.
basing it
Bottom
off of.
line.
And I've heard that earlier this week as well. You know, everybody's basing a thought process or potential vote based on a stimulus check.
Right. Stimulus check. But they don't talk about how he didn't respond in time for COVID-19. They didn't talk about how, based on the stimulus checks and him cutting so many checks, inflation rates, and you know certain things that we're still dealing with today are a result of over influx of cash that one, I'm assuming they thought people were gonna either start some savings or do something with. And it was the opposite. Nobody paid down their debt. Nobody paid down their student loans or anything with this money. They just went out and spent it because
I think that one of the goals were to raise the money being spent in the U.S.
Yes.
So we're giving you money so you can spend it so you can stimulate the economy.
Yeah.
So and that did happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it raised the debt too.
Yeah, exactly.
No, see that I feel like that was okay, but what raised the debt is the PPP loans that people got on excessively.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it just wasn't certain populations that they like to popularize that capitalize that. Corporate America and the stand-up people with their white collars were doing it the most.
For sure.
And then they swept that under the rug, and then it got forgiven for everybody because there were so many classes that fell into that. And that, I feel like, is one of the biggest contributors to our issues today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Like you said, people vote for who they vote for. They have their reasons, which is fine.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But in the long run, as far as, the black community, we haven't seen any progress in decades.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel.
Significant progress.
So I don't know. And one thing, and this is off topic, on topic, off topic. We don't stick together when it comes to a massive thought process. We don't stick together. And I always say, and if you want to knock me down, that's cool. We were better off, to me.
Ooh, he about to say that S word. Go ahead.
When we were segregated.
Yes.
And she know it. She pulled it. We were, because we spent money with one another. We worked together. We raised a community together. I heard the word barter in there. So we did everything as a collective unit. And today it's all about me. I don't care what you have. I got to get mine. You know, I don't care what your child is doing. It ain't my responsibility. So it's just crazy that we cannot come together and pool our resources, our thought processes, and demand what we need in any election and get it.
I think the resources is the biggest thing, because there's such I don't want to say there's such a lack of them, but there is a lot less than what the other side or other communities have that we have to pull from. So it gets to the point to where a lot of individuals, they don't have the capacity or the energy to worry about more community, because they really are just trying to survive out here.
That's some food for thought.
Yeah. So we were talking about pooling our resources, pooling our communities together, and making a change, right? And you made a statement regarding that black folk don't have the resources. Now, that's true. The disparity is great.
Yeah.
But we also spend billions on nothing.
You got it. Yep.
So if we could quit spending on nothing and spend it on something that's going to move us forward, because
we're investing.
I always look at I always take this analogy may not work for what I'm saying, but I always take the Montgomery bus boycott situation.
Okay.
We couldn't get anything, but once we stopped the money from coming in to those other entities, we got what we wanted.
Gotcha.
So if we could pull together to stop spending money to get what we want, why can't we come together
again
and do the same thing in a different arena?
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just my thought process.
Yeah.
And I really don't understand it, why we can't. And matter of fact, we can. We just won't.
Yeah. We see it in other communities all the time. And
Right.
it's successful. But for some reason, we just can't get past that bridge of me.
So I have a real question about that. Is it because it's very hard for our communities to trust?
I would say yes. On one hand, I would say on another hand, we were trained not to trust one another. So that would be a big part of it. It's kind of like, so you mentioned investing. So very few of us will spend $10,000 amongst 10 people to invest in $100,000 property.
Yeah.
Very few of us will think like that.
Yeah.
When it can be done, because I'm gonna give you my $10,000. I need my $10,000 back next week.
Right.
We kind of have that mentality.
Yeah.
It might take you 10 years to get it back.
Yeah.
But you have a property that's growing, that's building equity, so forth and so on. You just have to ride it out.
It's a short-term fix for a long-term problem.
Yeah. Now we have the real estate lady here, who knows all about that stuff. We have the investor here. Everybody here investing.
Yeah.
So if we just put our resources together and our thought processes, and if we changed it, we could go a lot further as a people. We could accomplish a lot more, and we could do a lot more for the community.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, we mentioned earlier about Boeing. And if you think about it, in my brain, and this is just me thinking about it right now, like if I'm working for Boeing, or if I know somebody that works for Boeing and I have some sort of resource, then, hey, they're scaling back employees. They're having issues with production. Maybe I should short the stock.
Not you playing ideas.
I'm just saying.
Right. Plant the seed.
It's
But
little
if
things like
anybody
that.
does,
Now,
I need some plain tickets.
it's based on having the resources, and it's based on really a risk. But I mean, a lot of individuals that I know, that I follow, that are successful, that are black, have taken that risk. We'll spend you know, we'll go out and get a car loan for a vehicle that we can't afford, but how about you cut that in half, get a loan that you can afford, and invest it. And, you know, you don't have to invest the whole thing, but you got to make your money work for you. And OPM is other people's money as well.
Exactly.
You know, so I mean and those are just basic concepts, but it's hard to get past that when you're really trying to figure out your day to day, week to week, month to month.
That and the societal programming of, you know, we just gotta spend it while we can have it, and everybody's trying to flex on each other when nobody is. They're capable, but choosing not to live below their means for a greater cause. So it definitely starts with us banding together, and we need to really start considering that as a people.
Yeah.
For sure.
It is time for our final segment of the show. You know, Miss Jane Jones got something spicy for us.
Your
opinionated, maybe some battle of the sexes. What you got for today's food for thought?
You know, I don't have Battle of the Sexes, but that's a good one. I'm gonna add that in.
Okay.
I'm gonna get that one together for you.
Terrible.
Since we talked about Halle Bailey. I had to correct myself.
Good
So
job,
used to-
Hercules.
and DDG, and how it's, you know, kind of their breakup has kind of played out in social media. So my question is, should social media play a role in modern relationships, or is it causing more harm than good by creating unrealistic expectations?
No, it should not be a part of modern relationships.
I second that. We can wrap this
I
up.
third that. I mean, honestly, should social media be a part of our lives anymore? Let's go there. But yeah, I don't think we need to hear from the peanut gallery anymore on anything, especially something that's so private and intimate with your personal dynamic of a relationship. But I do. Okay, since we're very clear and concise on that,
I see
unless
that face
Jane
you
has
making.
another opinion.
She does.
So why is it, I mean, it playing a role into your relationship is what you allow it to be?
Well, it depends on the relationship, because some people put all their business on social media.
Which makes for great content.
Messy.
Yeah. So
Okay, so when you're asking that, are you talking about like accepting the helpful hints and comments that people want to give when, you know, when people are ranting or expressing, and it's usually bad things that are happening? Do you want to take people's opinions with that comment?
Who else are you running to for advice? Maybe some people just don't have those people in their lives, so they run to Facebook to ask that friendly advice. There's a lot of people who run to the Grand Rapids Informed page and say, hey, where can I find a realtor? Hey, where can I find a lender? Hey, where can I buy some chocolate chip cookies from? You know,
That's different, though.
People run to social media for different things, but I do love seeing people post their significant others, their wedding photos. They just had a baby, and I feel like those types of things in social media are good for people.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine, but when you go to putting out your whole entire business, crying for attention and things of that nature on the book time and time again, then it brings about a whole different dynamic, you know. And let's say you're going through something and you put all that good information out there for the public. 2 weeks later, you're back buddy, or
Right.
you're back together, right? So now you've displayed all this negative information to everybody.
Right.
About your
Yeah.
significant other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And now
what's
you're
going
back
on in your
together.
But now you're inviting in opinions that don't know really anything about what's going on or what went on.
Or could there be a gem in there that says like that answered your questions?
Are you willing to risk that though? So
I
all right.
think that was an ultimatum, ma'am.
no. So I don't post.
No, Donovan does not post.
Smart
I don't.
man.
I don't post
That's all I'm
anything.
gonna say.
we see some Eagles highlights.
Yeah,
every once in a
well,
while.
Yeah, that's all we see.
You'll see Eagles. You'll see some financial things. You'll see some funny things every now and then. But as far as relationships and
Personal,
our
yeah.
relationship, I don't post because 99.9% of the individuals out there know nothing about our lives day to day.
And I think that's more male driven.
Yes.
Yes. I think that's more. I think that's more male
I'm gonna say
driven.
no, because some of the juiciest stories be coming from men in their messy tea sometimes.
Ooh.
Well, I'm just
That's
saying.
true, too.
I'm just saying. 75% of the males will not display verbally
75%.
what's going on.
Where are these statistics coming from?
I'm just saying.
Let's just go for say 55. if you
55
wanna
just
go.
over? Come on.
Yeah.
Nah, I'll say 70. I'll say 70.
There
Yeah,
are
it's
some
pretty high.
men. There are some men, and you know there are some men out there who are on full display of their love and affection and for their wives.
Oh,
and
good,
saying
yeah,
that's-
but
that's okay.
even
But I'm
the
saying the
mess.
juicy stuff. I'm
mess.
saying
Yeah.
when you're getting into arguments or disagreements or whatever, I don't think the majority
The
of the
drama.
men put their business out like that.
I think when they do, they're always looking for sympathy. They're framing it in victimhood, but then usually when females do it, they're going up and down, painting him dirty, and just reading that man his rights.
and they going below the belt too.
which is crazy. And one thing that I really, I don't see it as much now, but I used to see all these posts about, well, if he was a man, it was quoted. He would do this. A man does this. Blah blah blah. But you never see the quotes where a woman needs to do
They
this.
sure do. They
No,
post
there's
those too.
I'm sure
Yeah.
they're out
Toxic
there, but
podcast
what I'm
type.
saying is, there again, 80-20.
Right.
You rarely see the one of a man complaining about a woman. He just sucks it up and keeps it moving.
Doug, your algorithm is biased.
It must be.
His algorithm is definitely biased because
I be
there's
seeing
definitely
both.
men posting about, oh,
Really?
my girl don't cook, she don't clean, she don't do this. I need a woman that does this.
Well,
this,
I guess
this, and the other.
Women, why do you do that? Why do you post thirst traps and yada yada yada?
Yeah.
But y'all are the ones dating them.
Well, I guess I'm saying something different. I'm saying there are generated posts, if you will, that says what a man should do.
Oh, it's almost
Talking
like
about the
it
list.
take,
Like
taking
those
taking your
memes
thoughts and putting it in better,
and it's
better
the
form,
memes that people
and then
share.
posting that.
Yeah.
It may not be
I don't
100%,
see a
but
bunch
it's
of
80.
I don't
Yeah.
see a bunch of men saying, well, women need to do this or so forth and so on.
You know why you
I
don't
mean,
see
but
those?
lately
Our
there
government is
have
doing
been
that.
Yeah.
but lately there have been these memes of these guys and women where if he taking me to Red Robin, I'm not
Oh,
going.
Lord.
This
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
there's been a
Trying
lot
to
of
be
that
funny,
going
yeah.
on.
We
Yeah.
talked about
And
that
she can't
before.
afford a
Full
number 8.
disclosure.
Yeah.
There is nothing wrong with
Yeah,
Cheesecake
nah.
Factory.
Yeah, no.
At
Cheesecake
all.
Factory hit. So you didn't answer though.
What?
La, da, da, da.
You didn't answer.
Good caveat, right?
We answered. Do you feel like social media belongs in a relationship?
I don't feel like it's like a full time. It needs to be, but I don't think it's wrong for us to use social media in a manner that's healthy. But I don't think it should be a huge part of your relationship. No, like, oh, you have to post me, or you have to, put your status as we're in a relationship or we're married and things like that. I think it's important for me to show like my real life, but I know everybody can fake it. So
Okay. Is that because of your occupation?
yes, I think it makes me more relatable.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. See, me, I'm in the background, so I feel like as far as what I have and what we have,
It doesn't matter to
it-
everybody else.
Oh no, I do not care. I don't care to the point to where you won't even know who I am.
Hey, so
That's
basically, I'm saying for me,
Yeah,
keep it off the media.
yeah, me too.
Just
I mean,
keep it
you
off.
would never know that we ever fought ever. I mean, we rarely do anyway. But anyway,
aggressive.
when we do, when we do fight, it's never gonna show up on social media. It's never gonna happen in
That's
public.
what I'm saying because
I'm not doing that.
a lot of people will put it out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they will put their dirty laundry out
Yeah.
there, and I'm not for that.
Oh, it's
But
a
I'm
dirty
saying,
beat.
like, if you're celebrating like your anniversaries and your wins and things like that, I don't think that's a bad part of your relationship to showcase.
No, but I mean, if you and
But if
the
you're-
bulk of your real relationships have come in the social media era where it really matters to people. You have to do this, and if you don't, showcase your love or showcase your relationship,
It's not
then
real.
it's not real. And I've always found that weird, but I didn't grow up in that era. I wasn't born in that era. But these individuals that have to show that, of course I'm gonna find it weird, but for them it's normal.
Yeah, you get nothing from me.
Not at all.
All right. Well, it sounds like we got a lot to chew on with that food for thought.
Absolutely.
Hey, so it's been a great show hanging out with the crew once again. We got the
Yes.
newcomer in the building,
Yes, sir. Yes,
Sportsman Jones,
Yes, sir.
Holding it down.
holding it down from the west to the east coast,
Something like that.
southwest by southwest, if you will. Jane Jones
Yes.
in the building.
Real estate.
Look at that, she's the real estate queen,
Yes.
She's making deals right now.
statewide.
All stater.
All stater. Back-to-back closings today. We celebrate.
Ooh. Oh, you've been
The
running.
manyan.
You've been running today.
Can't wait till that commission check drop.
Paperwork queen up in here.
Me too.
What about you,
We
Miss
got the
Actors?
We got the local worldwide actress in the building.
Worldwide.
Worldwide actress.
International.
Claim it.
It's coming. It's coming. Film dropping 2025.
We can't wait to ride her
2025.
coattail and go to the red carpet.
I'm saying,
Trust me.
New York.
Right. Here we come, y'all.
We might have to make a trip to do that.
I mean,
on the
right,
on the real
right.
trip. Is that 2025?
It'll be 2025. Yep.
I wear J's
Early
in a
or
tuxedo.
first quarter?
We
I
ready.
assume first quarter, yeah, because we pretty much wrapped, but it is a full feature film as of right now. It was supposed to be originally a short, but we got about at least an hour and 15 minutes of footage. That
Nice.
is going to
So
be
now
in
it's
the film.
a
That's what I hear.
full film.
I've seen a couple snippets, and Big Rach is definitely showing the wide range of acting skills that she has.
You guys are going to see my ugly cry and
You gotta get the ugly part right here.
the vein that pops out of my head. You know?
I did see that.
Yep.
I did see that in the clip.
Did you see
So
that's
there-
the shape of a Y too? That's so interesting.
I'm just looking at the cast here. We're all pretty well versed in whatever we do.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So
Melly Mel's not here to
I got my
talk about
acting on too.
Oh,
No, seriously, you probably missed it, but I did. So, I've been in 2 movies,
okay.
seriously. So, and produced one.
Okay.
Right?
So I'm working on some other things. Probably coming up with another movie, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're in talks, if you will.
Players Club too.
Well, it's gonna be 2.
Yeah.
It's gonna be something 2.
Something with the number 2.
Okay.
But we
It's gonna
ready
be
for
2.
all the projects. Come
Yeah.
find us.
Yeah. I think that's good that we all do whatever we do in the arts and community and keep it moving and being positive in the projects that we take on.
For sure.
So I had a friend off topic. Story time. A friend told me something about myself today.
Oh.
And the average person probably would have got mad, but I was like, okay, I received that, and I said thank you. So they told me of a character flaw
Oh.
about myself.
Okay. Was
Little
this in a
constructive
constructive
criticism.
minute?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I was like, okay. So I thanked him, and I told him, yeah, you know what, I agree. So some corrective action,
Okay.
Yeah. So it was good. So I respected what they told me.
You need friends like that.
Yeah, and exactly. So it was good, and so I'm in self-correction mode because I know what they said is a true statement. Yeah.
For sure.
So
I like that.
it was cool.
Heck yeah.
Nothing wrong with working on
I don't got no
ourselves.
problem self-correcting you, Jane Jones Realtor.
So silly.
Your local realtor.
But we gonna go ahead and get up out of here because we gonna get up out of here.
That's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
Right.
But we
So-
keep it moving.
Keep it moving, and of course, keep it locked and stay hungry for more chicken wings and fried rice.
Combo number 24 with an egg roll.
3 rings, chicken fried rice, 1 egg roll.
Doug Sims Live.